Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bryant Sloan. I'm the groom's older brother, not his big brother. I have to make that distinction. He is my big little brother. I've lived all but 2 years of my life with Brantley. We've shared virtually everything, and we have always been close, even when we didn't want to be. But those days are now just memories that we look back and laugh at. But after we stop laughing, there's always a few seconds of silence, and I've always interpreted that silence to say, wow, look at how close we choose to be now. If you would have told either of us when I was 14 and Brantley was 12 that in a few years we would prefer long car rides together and not mind sharing a bed, we would have agreed that you were crazy. But our petty adolescent arguments on the way to school quickly turned into 10-minute long jam sessions that we secretly didn't want to end, all without us realizing. Sharing a room turned into long, late-night conversations about life and relationships, things that we're still learning about right now. And after seeing Brantley through every season of life, I thought there was nothing else to know about him. We say the same things at the same time, with the same inflections. We think the same thoughts, and I still don't know who is going to finish my line when I quote anything from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy of the early 2000s. I actually made a quote this past week, and I was looking around, where's Brantley at? We'll just say that this next chapter of your life is big change. The thing was, all of the knowledge I had of Brantley was experiential. It was a part of my life that I had from the beginning. But I learned even more about my brother when Tori entered the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, you have not seen such intentionality until you have witnessed Tori pursue Brantley in the early stages of their relationship. Now, okay, don't get me wrong. Brantley was not disinterested or standoffish at all. He had eyes on Tori as soon as he saw her, and theology class is a great place to meet your wife. I still remember telling Brantley that I thought Tori was interested, but he thought that I was gassing him up. For those of you that don't know what that means, it's basically like inflating someone's ego with flattery. So he always thought, well, you're just gassing me up, But Brantley never wanted to think too much of himself, even if that meant writing off a 4:30 a.m. book of a text message as just being nice. I had to tell him nobody's nice that late at night or that early in the morning. But Tori's intentionality was a sight to behold. Her study session that turned into a deep conversation about personality types that ended in ultimately trying to figure out Brantley's personality. Though I wouldn't consider myself as empathetic as others, when you're so close to someone, you can really feel what they feel. That's why I was so excited to watch Brantley and Tori begin their relationship. I could feel Brantley's excitement and nervousness wind down into a deep sense of assurance, joy, and peace in knowing that Tori was the one. Her intentionality, kindness, and heart for service is what drew Brantley in. And it felt wrong for me to use peace and joy as descriptions of Brantley's feelings when I know that they're fruits of the Spirit that come from God and walking with the Spirit. But I realized why peace and joy are accurate descriptions. Tori's life exemplifies Christ. She has a passion to serve others. Jesus ultimately is the ultimate example of this, and it is something that he calls all believers to. When Jesus washed his disciples' feet, he didn't do it just because it's symbolic or to put on a show. He did it because it was the job that nobody else wanted to do. I can confidently say that this is Tori's passion, to serve others like Jesus did. Her intentionality, kindness, and heart for service is what drew Brantley in. And it was so evident that it didn't take long for Brantley to realize what he needed to do. And here we are, all gathered together to celebrate the love that Tori and Brantley have for each other. May Christ be magnified in your marriage. I love y'all.